Got an echo in there.
Is anybody on twice? Did they like use their phone and their computer both?
No. Yeah. Since birth.
Sharon, you got Sharon, something's going on with yours, Sharon.
Yeah.
There you go. To meet you. Okay. Hey, Robin, how are you?
Hello.
Hey, Nora, good to have you with us. Linda, welcome. Carol, Gloria, Edmund, hello. Anybody having trouble getting their cameras on?
Um,
I'm here for
Okay.
support, so if anyone needs any help, I'll be here for the next few minutes.
Well, I like to see your faces. This is live class. It's fun to have seeing faces. Don't worry about how you look. Bad hair days are okay.
Bad hair day.
Not a problem. We're just a bunch of people at home trying to learn, have fun. No judgment. Good, good. Welcome, welcome. Nancy, D, Ed, Carol, Irene, you guys. Good, good. Hey, Nancy. Carol and Ed, welcome. Anybody, this is your very first Get Set Up class. Anybody say this is your first class? Oh, D, it's your first one. Welcome. Well, what a privilege for me to be your first guide. Thank you for joining us. Get Set Up's a unique opportunity to learn. Linda, I'm going to mute you while, just because there's some background noise. Okay. Get Set Up's a unique opportunity for you to learn. I love lifelong learning, and I think as long as we're alive, we should keep learning. Learning should be fun. There's a lot to learn in life. We can learn a lot from each other. And so Get Set Up allows you to do learning online and have a live instructor. A lot of online learning is recorded. You don't get to really talk to anybody. This one's fun because we get to talk and answer questions that you might have as we go along. We have lots of great guides. We're called guides or your instructors, and lots of different folks that teach and do a really good job, and lots of topics, lots of subjects that you could take classes on. So some people just turn on Get Set Up and leave it on all day like a TV, and they watch all kinds of great teaching and classes. There's exercise classes and how-to classes and business classes and cooking and travel classes. There's all types of classes. So I encourage you to take those. And engage in the conversation. Just because you're on mute doesn't mean I don't want you to talk. I do want you to talk, but because we are live and we can hear each other, if it gets noisy where you are, we hear everything that you hear. And so if your dogs and cats get jealous that you're not paying attention and start making noise, then we hear it. And if your people in your house start making noise because they don't know you're on a call, then that we hear that. If the yard guys are working outside, we hear that too. So feel free to unmute if it's quiet, and if you want to say something, definitely unmute yourself. But I encourage you guys to talk and interact. All right, so I teach a lot of classes. This one's how to safely sell stuff online from home. Is that what you signed up for?
Yes.
Good, good. All right. I'm afraid I'm going to teach the wrong class to the wrong people, but so I always check to make sure when I get started that we are on the right thing. Okay, let me go to, I'm going to swap a couple things here. I'm going to go to this camera and we're going to share this screen. Let's try this here. All right, there's that. You guys see, and then let me go to, this one here. All right, can you see that? Sell your stuff safely online? Or, Yep, big green. Okay. All right, let's jump into this. I think I'm all set for you guys. Any questions before we get going? All right. So I start off with the premise that we all share this common problem. We all have a stuff problem. We have too much stuff and we like to collect stuff. If you live anywhere for any period of time, your house becomes the collection point for all your stuff. And we just accumulate and accumulate. We inherit things. We are given things. We're donated things. We are given things for birthdays. But we all have a stuff problem. And our stuff is either junk or it has value. Those are the only two choices. And so we're talking about how can you get rid of the stuff that has value. I'm going to show you some ways that you can sell your things, to your items that have value, to people that are willing to to buy them. Also, you could look in your closet, your attic, your garage, your storage unit, your yard, your shed, anywhere is where this stuff hangs out. It's all over the place. I live in Florida and we can't put anything in our attic. It's just too hot in our attics here, and we don't have basements because we're at sea level. So a weird thing happens that we get to this point where we have too much stuff, and then we start paying somebody across town that has a storage unit to put our stuff. And now every month they're taking our money for stuff that we really don't even care about anymore. It's just sitting out in a storage unit. And a couple of years went by of that, and I realized, my wife and I were talking like, why am I paying somebody for all this stuff I never use? It's crazy. So one unit by unit, I started selling stuff. And I had some fun doing it, and I learned some things along the way. So I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks on how to sell some of the stuff around your house. This is not a class specifically about setting up an e-commerce site like on eBay or Etsy. I'll teach a class on that down the road. But right now, this is just about things maybe you have around the house, or you have in storage, or you have that you would like to get rid of kind of locally. Okay. Everything I'm going to share with you doesn't cost you any money, just your time. There's no money to list. There's no money. You don't have to share your sales with anybody. This is all for you to do on your own and make some money that way. All right. So the goal is to turn your stuff into some cash. Now, before I jump into this, I always ask this question, and it is, what is the stuff that you have that you would like to get rid of? What's some stuff that you're trying to sell? So just unmute yourself and tell us. What would be something you're trying to get rid of that you're trying to sell?
I'm trying to get rid of all of my mom's stuff. I moved her in with me 6 years ago, but she has her own little studio place that she stays at, but my garage is full of tubs of her stuff. Okay. And I need to let go.
All right, good. Rachel.
Rochelle, hi.
Rochelle.
We have a lot of pictures that I want to get rid of. I have some old coats that are antiques. They're like fur type coats from like the 30s, 40s of my mother-in-law's. Old hair dryer, that's an antique, stuff like that.
Some interesting things, Rochelle. Nice.
Yeah.
Who else?
I have old stereo equipment. My name is Edmund.
Hey, man.
Old stereo equipment, some coats, sweatshirts, some furniture.
All right, good. You got some stuff. That's good.
I have been thinking about moving into the e-commerce also.
Okay. All right.
I have some associations with a vendor that does carpet sales.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. I'll be teaching a class on that shortly. Yes.
Great.
Anybody else?
Pictures and books.
Okay. Pictures and books. Good. Good. Excellent. Well, good. These are all good things. It's funny sometimes people start wanting to swap stuff on these classes. Like, oh, I want his pictures and I want her book. And it's funny because it just shows how we have this stuff issue that we have along the way. So we all have stuff to sell. That's for sure. Definitely have things to share, to get out there. But the goal is getting it in front of the right people. All right. So typically we've gone with this garage sale approach, right? And the garage sale is a little bit tricky. It's a little bit inconvenient. Some of you live in neighborhoods now where they only let you have one garage sale a year and everybody has to have it on the same day. They've kind of made that, taken the fun out of it in that sense. Other people may live somewhere where it's hard to share the location, or you're not close to anybody, and so you have to get them out to your house. You have to set it up and take it down. It can be time consuming. And my least favorite part about garage sales is most of the people who come to the garage sale don't value what it is you're selling. So let's say you have this $100 vase that you've been in your family for a long time, and you know it's worth at least $100, and you've marked it down to like 20. And the dear lady down the street comes by and she goes, hi, I like this vase, but will you take 35 cents? You know, she's got her change purse and she's just trying to give you 35 cents for it. She has no appreciation for it. She thinks she's doing you a favor by taking it off your hands. She doesn't understand what it's worth. So one of the principles of sales is that you can sell anything to anybody if you're selling to the people who value what it is you're selling. If the person that's buying doesn't value it, they're not going to pay you anything for it. It's not worth anything to them. But the goal of getting your stuff in front of the right people is where the value is in this. I'm gonna show you how to do that with this class. All right, so that's how the garage sale works. Obviously, online shopping and selling, this is really a big part of it. You guys can see this screen, right? The online selling. That's gotten really big and just keeps taking off. And so why don't you leverage that to get rid of some of your stuff? People are very comfortable buying and selling online. So I'm going to give you two platforms to do that on. Some advantages of selling and shopping online. I'm going to cover the advantages and then some tips on how to do the sales, and then I'll introduce you to two platforms to sell on. So people like to do it from home. They can do it in their home or on their phone. Our cameras take really good pictures of products, and we can really see what it is we're buying and selling. You can reach a larger targeted, interested audience. This is the key thing here. It's putting your stuff in front of the right people so that they buy it. And then agreeing on a price in advance so you don't have to haggle with them when they show up. Some people like that. A lot of people, that stresses them out. So it helps prevent that problem. So the two platforms that I want to talk about are Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp. And why these two, Kevin? Well, because I've used these a lot. I find them to be safer, and there's some safety features built into them that I really like. And you can really target who is going to see your stuff in here versus just kind of throwing it out into the world. So there's a marketing aspect to it as well. Again, both of these are free. They don't cost you anything. And you don't have to share any money with these platforms either. Now, both of them do offer an add-on ability for them to do the shipping for you. But I think most of us live in a market where we have enough people live around us that we can sell to those people. We don't have to be shipping it across the country. You can get into that if you want, but as long as you don't get into shipping, it's not going to cost you anything to do this. Okay. I live in Tampa, Florida area, and I've got 1 million, 2 million people around me that can get here. So it's not hard. I don't have to ship anything. All right. Now, what about Craigslist? I don't think Craigslist is super safe. I wouldn't recommend it to people. Can you sell on that? You can, but there's a little bit of unknown about who's going to show up at your door or wherever meet you up. So I don't encourage that. What about is it Open Door? Not Open Door.
Mm-mm.
What's the
eBay.
Store?
yeah, it's something door.
Next door.
Next door. Yes, there we go. I know it had door in it. I take the other door. Open Door is a real estate thing. Nextdoor is a social media app for kind of communities or neighborhoods. If you live in a really big metro area where Nextdoor is used a lot by those people, like if you're in New York City or a big city, LA or something like that, then you maybe Nextdoor may work for you. But not everybody lives in a market where their whole community uses Nextdoor, so that's why I don't cover it here. I'm not against it. It just if you're in a smaller market, it's not going to be as visible. So that's why we don't talk about it. Okay, so let's give you some selling tips on these, and then I'm going to give you examples of how to do this, and we'll go in and look inside the apps and do this ourselves. So first of all, take several quality product photos. So use your camera on your phone and take good pictures. Both platforms let you list 10 or 12 pictures per product. So let's say you're selling some furniture. Show the size of the furniture, the scale of the furniture. If there's any blemishes on it, take pictures of that. I had a pine table that I was selling as a dining room table, and it was a nice piece. But we had this puppy bulldog years ago that we had that would gnaw on the leg of, the foot of one of the table and chewed it up. But when it's your dog, you think it's cute, but when it's not your dog, it's not real cute. But I took a picture of that leg on the table when I posted that table. So when the person showed up to get it, they weren't saying, "Hey, what's this? I didn't know this was on here," and want to negotiate the price down. So be upfront and honest about that. If there's a scratch or something, take a picture of it. Another example, those dog crates, those wire dog crates that fold up? There's about 7 different sizes of those. And it's really hard to tell in a picture what size it is. Is it for a Chihuahua? Is it for a Great Dane? You really can't tell. So if you open it up and you set it next to something like your car or an appliance or something, then people can kind of get a scale of what it is. So the pictures help tell that story. Write descriptions that sell. Most people get lazy on this. They don't put the descriptions in. It's just going to make more work because the buyers are going to ask you questions. If it's furniture, they want to know the dimensions of it because they're trying to fit it in a certain space. And if it doesn't fit that space, they don't want it. So put the descriptions that sell. Price it fair to sell. A couple thoughts on this. One, how do you know what price to price it? One thing you can do is you could search on Facebook or eBay or somewhere and see the same product and see what other people are selling them for. right? Now, what they're selling it for is not what they're asking for is not always what they sell it for, but it gives you at least a ballpark of where to put it. The other thing I would say is if you can go to sleep at night letting go of it for a certain price, that's a fair price. So you got to be comfortable with what you're letting it go for. Responding quickly and honesty is really important. We'll test this out a little bit. We'll act like we're going to buy some stuff when we're in Facebook Marketplace. And when the first question everybody asks when they find something that they like on one of these apps is it available? And it's an obvious question, but the reason they ask is because not everybody who sells something marks it as sold. So they don't want to get too excited about something that's already sold. So the first question is it available? And if the seller does not respond to that person quickly, the buyer will go on and look for somebody else who's selling it. So we're all pretty impatient buyers. When we want to buy, we want to buy. And so if we can respond quickly to their interest, we have a much more highly probability of selling that item versus waiting a couple of days to get back to them because they will have gone on to somebody else. Any questions so far? You guys doing good?
Yes.
Good. All right. Some more tips. Communicate in the app. That's why I recommend these two applications. You don't have to share your email, your phone number, or anything like that. Inside Facebook Marketplace, there's an app called Messenger, and it's basically text messaging inside of Facebook. So you don't have to share any private information to communicate. All the communication can be done inside the app, which is nice. Same with OfferUp. All the communication can be done inside OfferUp. You don't have to share information to communicate outside of that. Okay. Just take cash. Don't take checks or gift cards. You know, hey, here's a $100 gift card, and you go check the balance, and it's got 35 cents on it because somebody's already used it. You don't want to get duped in that sense. If I've sold boats, I've sold furniture, all types of things, and cash is fine, and people understand that it's cash, and it's, you know, all sales are fine. Oh, there's no returns. You're not a big retail box store that has a return policy or like that. So, you know, if you think it doesn't work, tell them it doesn't work. If you know, make sure it works and kind of stand by, hey, you know, it's as is. And if you don't feel comfortable selling it, then don't put it out there. But if it's something that, you know, breaks down the road, they're buying something used from you. That's just how it goes. You can take a money order. Money orders be safe. Or people are using Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, PayPal. Those are all ways you can take money as well if you'd like. Next point talks about meeting a safe location for the exchange. So this is an important part, right? This is about the safety of it. I find most of these people are nice, honest, good people. The most unusual people are sellers, not buyers, in my experience. I had a seller that wanted me to go to their house, and I didn't feel comfortable going to their house. I said, let's meet at the McDonald's near your house. So I got there, and I said, I'm here. And he goes, I'm running late. Can you come to the house? And I said, no, I told you I'm not coming to my house. And I just went home. I'm not going to go to the guy's house. I wasn't comfortable going to his house. So where are places to meet safe for exchange? If not outside your house, I mean, never invite them in your house. You don't need to invite them inside the house. You can be outside. Your driveway, your front porch, your community clubhouse, the local gas station, local grocery store, parking lot, fire station, police stations. All those places are places that you can go. You know, I would just do it in the daytime, not at night, in the dark. If you have items in storage units are usually well lit and have lots of cameras, so that's good. You've got that going for you. Have somebody with you, that's always good too. Again, you got to be careful, but I don't think you have to live in fear of everybody who's out buying stuff, because most of these people are good people. And the reason I recommend these two applications is because there's a way you can kind of vet them out a little bit. But if it ever seems odd or weird, bail out. It's not worth it, right? You can find somebody else to buy it. You guys doing good? Any questions?
Perfect.
Perfect. All right. Let's see what I got. All right. So we're trying to take our interesting products, take good pictures, good descriptions, fair prices, promptly respond, and put some money in your pocket so that you can do some things. All right. Let's see. Let's go to, let me hook up my phone. We're going to go into Facebook first. So Facebook Marketplace is an app within an app. So if you have Facebook, you have Facebook Marketplace. But what Facebook did is they separated the selling part of Facebook from the social part of it so that it's not all in one place. All right, now let me go to, let's stop this one. Let's share my phone. Did it pop up?
No.
Can you see the phone?
No.
Not yet?
No.
All right, I'm trying to find where I went. I can try this one. Let's see. Give me a second. Come on, phone. No questions yet, huh? I'm giving you a lot of information to make you have some questions. Well, let's see why my phone is not behaving. Come on, phone. We need the phone to help participate, to cooperate here.
It says you're starting to share your screen.
It's trying to, right?
Yes.
Well, let me go to, we can go to on the computer. Let's do that. Instead of the phone, I'll show you how to do this in on Facebook. So in Facebook, you have a Facebook profile, and you get to decide what you want people to see on your profile. So all the settings are there for you to decide how much people see about your profile. All right, let's see where you are. Where did you go? I apologize,
Take your time. Happens to me all the time.
I'm supposed to be the pro. I do this all the time, but sometimes the technology wants to be funny.
My husband says I shouldn't be near a computer.
You should not be near it.
I shouldn't be near it.
That's funny. Oh, not that. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. All right, I think I found it.
There you go.
yeah.
It's there.
There?
Uh-huh.
All right, good. All right. So I am in Facebook. So when you just go to your normal Facebook, you get here, and up at the top, you've got these icons across. I'm going to go to the marketplace as a store. Looks like a little store. Okay. And over here, you can search by a product name if you're looking for something up there. That way, you can also browse all. You can go into these categories. I have mine set to filter within 40 miles of where I live. I'm just outside Tampa, so I don't want to find stuff that's going to be more than an hour for me to go to if I'm looking to buy something. That's kind of what I did. Okay, so people shop differently, right? They go into categories, or they're looking for a specific thing. So let's say somebody's looking for, let's do pool furniture. Let's just try that. Okay, pool furniture. I click on that, and I start to see here. Now, the other thing I want to do, I want to change my delivery method. I don't want shipping. I just want local pickup. So that removes anything that somebody might have out of town that would be involved shipping. So, so here's some furniture. Let's see anything that's interesting. All right, let's look at these two chairs here, okay? So let's click on it and let's see what they did. Okay, so they titled it Tropitone 5-piece patio set and table, $200. They put it in a category. Every item can be posted in a category. And only in one category. If you want to put it in multiple categories, you have to list it more than once, but I don't get too wrapped up in the categories. It tells you how long ago it was listed, so this one might still be available. Your listings will stay active for about a week, and then Facebook will say, hey, it's inactive. If you want it to be active, just click this button and it's active again. You don't have to repost it. They do that just so it doesn't get cluttered with things that are unkept. So keep it, reset it about once a week if you need to. They said it's used like new, and here's what's really helps you know a little bit more about the seller. This is her name. This is her Facebook account, and she's been on Facebook since 2007. So I feel pretty comfortable. She's been around a while. She didn't create this today just to start selling stuff, and I don't know who she is, right? So there's some credibility there. She's got 170 friends, and I could even go and look at her profile. So I can click on her and then view profile. She's selling several other things. These are the other things she's selling. And I click view profile. And this is based on what so as a Facebook user, you decide how much you want to share. So this is what she's sharing. Her last post was about a year ago there. So she's not real active posting stuff, but she looks like a reasonable person. Doesn't look like anything weird. So that's what you can do as far as looking at the profile. All right, now look, she's added some pictures. She's got that picture. Well, there's the chairs. Okay, so we've got, I guess it's 5 pieces, 2 chairs, 2 loungers, and a side table.
Mhm.
All right, so it looks like there's, I don't know what side table. I guess there's 2 side tables in this picture, so I'm a little confused on that.
Mhm.
It looks like, okay, right here, see in the back here? What's that look like?
Rust.
Yeah. I would have liked to seen a picture of that. Because if you don't catch that and you're like, oh, these look new, they look great. And you get there and you're like, oh, they're rusted, right? Then you're like, I don't know if I want to get them. All right, so we're going to say, is this available? So inside this right here, Messenger is open and Facebook knows that's always the question. Is this available? You could type over it if you wanted to, but I'm going to send that to her. And I always do this just to see if she's responding, okay? So I'm asking her, is it available? And it's going to send, okay, so it sent this message to her. All right, we're going to keep going, and I'm going to put a new item in here, and we'll see if she responds. It's always interesting. About half the time during a class, somebody responds, and I have to sadly tell them I'm not going to buy, or I start negotiating down or something and don't really end up buying. All right, so let's keep her over there. So that's down there. If that changes, then we know that she's responded. Okay, so now let's create a new listing. So over here where it says create new listing, this is how you add a new one yourself. So we're gonna, I showed you kind of how a buyer looks at things. Now I'm gonna show you how to post something. So choose a new listing. There's 4 types of listings. We're doing item for sale, okay? An item for sale. And up here, it wants photos first. And in Facebook Marketplace, I can add up to 10 photos. So let's go add photos. And it brings up to my computer here, and I'm gonna go and grab my sample product. Let's see, get set up, classes, sell stuff. All right, so I got 3 pictures of what I'm gonna sell. I don't really even have this item. This is pretend for class. All right, so I got this old Peanuts lunchbox, and it's showing the 3. Whatever the first photo is, that's kind of the main photo that shows up when people search for things. Let's say I wanted to move this over. You can just pick it up and drag it. You can reorder these any order you want. But that's the one I want on first. Okay, so you can do that. And now I want a title. So this is, I'm going to call it a vintage Peanuts lunchbox. Okay, what should the price be on this? What do you guys think? How much?
Is it antique?
$75.
Oh, I like that. All right, so I'm going to copy this title I had here, okay? And I'm going to, in my browser, I'm going to go up and I'm going to search. I'm going to put that name in there and search it under Google. And then I'm going to click on shopping. And now I'm going to see prices for these. So 20, 135, 99, 20, 15, 78, 30. So you get an idea, right? All right, so let's go back to mine. Let's go 35. All right, whatever I want to be. Now I got to pick a category. I'm going to call it an antique, and I'm going to call it
Collectible.
toys, let's say. That's fine. Condition, it's going to be used, good condition. I can skip the brand. Depending on your category, it'll ask different questions based on what the category of the item is. Here, this is a metal I don't know what the date is, like 1977 vintage Peanuts lunchbox with plastic thermos. good condition, no dents, no rust. Clasp works. Right? These are all things you'd be curious about. You can put tags in. I don't use tags. You don't really need to use tags. People don't search by tags much. Here's an interesting thing. Hide from friends. Why do you think that's on there? What if somebody gave you a gift and you're out here selling it?
That's what I was gonna say.
And your friend goes, whoa, I just gave you that last week for your birthday. Why are you selling that? So you can hide it from your friends. That's what that does.
What
Okay?
does tag mean?
What tags? I could tag it like peanuts. I could tag it lunchbox. I could tag it antique. And then if people were searching by tags, I could bring everything together that way.
Okay, thank you.
Next. Okay, next thing, delivery method. By default, I've got it set to just local, my area, but local pickup only. And then Facebook's trying to get into this shipping business. I don't encourage you to do it. You can if you want. They'll take some money to do it, but what I'm showing you doesn't cost anything. So if you just keep it local, you're not doing any shipping. Then hit next. All right, now this is the real magic of it. You know, on Facebook, you can join groups, and there's groups that allow you to sell things, and there's groups that don't allow you to sell things and promote things. So what you want to do is, depending on what you're selling, you want to go join several local groups or even national groups that would be interested in what it is you're selling. So if you're selling books, there's a lot of reading groups out there that would be more interested in your books than just the average person. So you could join that. Antique furniture, there's groups for that. But in every community we're in, there are groups like yard sale groups and online yard sale and swap shop groups and garage sale groups. And it tells you how many people are in it. Like this one's got 86,000 people in it. This one's got 32,000 people in it.
Are they going to send you information or
do you
something
mean?
like that? Because I wouldn't want to be inundated with anything.
When you go join those groups with your personal account, then you can decide whether or not you want to see their feed or not. You can decide that. Because what this does then is the people who are following this, in this case, the 32,500 people that are in that Central Florida marketplace, and I posted this, it would all go to their page. It would all go to them because they're part of that group.
You would also be part of that group.
And you're part of that group, yeah.
Yeah. You need to be part of the group to do it.
That's right. You have to join the group before it'll show up on this list.
So you may have to pay money to join these groups.
No, definitely don't pay anything. Do not pay anything. Just join free groups. None of these should have any cost. So a couple examples. Obviously, I do all the local garage sale ones when I'm selling just normal house stuff. But I like to cycle as well. I used to race triathlons and I had some bike equipment I wanted to sell. And I like to tell the story. I had a set of wheels that a friend gave me. They were $1,000 wheels. Each front wheel was $1,000, back wheel was $1,000. I rode it for a few years. I broke the back wheel and I had the front wheel in my garage for a while. And I wasn't ever going to do anything with it. And I decided I'm going to sell this. So I joined a couple of these cycling groups and I posted that wheel out there for $45. I had people from all over the country willing to pay shipping to get it because it was such a steal, because they appreciated the value of it, right? But if I would have had a garage sale in my neighborhood, the guy down the street wouldn't have given me 5 cents for it because he didn't know what it meant. He didn't have any appreciation for that wheel. So that's my point. If you take what you have and you put it in front of the right people, they're going to pay you what it's worth. And these groups help you do that. So you could, any groups that you've joined that allow sales in them will show up in this list when you post something. You can list your items or post your items without joining a group and then come back, join the groups, then come back and edit your listing and add the groups later if you want to. So you don't have to do it up front. You can do that now. But Facebook Marketplace will let you list up to 20 groups. So you can be in 20 groups for that item. But this is where it really helps get in front of the right people, right? The 3 million people or whatever are on Facebook don't all really want this lunchbox, but there's people that might be in antiques that groups that would be very interested in. And you're only looking for one person to buy. You're not looking for 100 people to buy. You just need one person. But if you get in front of the right one person, then they're gonna respond. Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna put any groups because I don't really have this item. So I'm gonna publish, and now it goes out there. And of course, they want to try to sell you. This is Facebook trying to sell you boostings. I've never done it. I don't think you need to do it. Don't bother. All right, so I need to you see I've done this a few times with this item. This is my listings. So it's out there. It says it's being reviewed. They're just kind of checking to make sure you're not selling anything illegal. That's all they're checking real quick, but it'll be live in a second. And you've got all these other ones that I've listed. All right, I'm gonna tell you a quick story about this outdoor chaise lounges. Around Christmas time, we got some new patio furniture, and my wife said, "Hey, just put those 2 chaise lounges out on the driveway, and somebody will pick them up." I said, "Are you kidding me? Somebody will pay me for those things. I'm not just giving those away." So I listed them on Facebook Marketplace, and I sold them the same day. And so here's what I did. This is the exact listing here. So what's nice about this is it keeps, even after you sell it, it keeps it in your listings history here. So I can go in and I can go and see what I did. So I listed in 11 different groups around. 2 people responded, and Alex, it even keeps track of our person responded down here for, let me make this smaller, right down here. Michelle, is that her name? She said, yes, it's available. So that's pretty quick time, right? She got back pretty quick. And I'm just going to give her a thumbs up because that's about all I'm going to do for her. Okay, so that's, we're done with that. But she responded, that's good. All right, let's go back. It keeps track of the communication I had with, this case, the person's name was Alex. All right, so Alex said, is it available? He said, hey, I'd like to pick these up. When would be a good time? And I said, now, right away, right? He's ready to buy. He goes, good, what's the address? He lives in Trinity. All right, now here's the thing. I don't ever give my address out when they're asking questions initially. I only give my address out when they're on their way, right? I don't buy fishing for my address. So I tell them what neighborhood I live in. I give them a cross street. Now, the reason they want to know is they want to estimate how far away they are and how long it's going to take them to get there if they're going to come pick it up at my house. So he said he lives in Trinity. I said, I live in Astoria. It's not far. I'm on Highway 54. He said, is there a gate code? No, I don't have a gate code. I said, are you coming now? He goes, yeah, what's the address? I'm heading that way now. So I gave him this address. Here's another trick I do. I give him my neighbor's address. It's like not my address. It's my neighbor's address. You don't have to do that. It's not necessary, but because I was going to have these chaise lounges out on the driveway. So he was going to see it, right? He's going to drive by and our houses are close together. And he's like, oh, there it is. So he said, it'll be
I
there in
thought
20
you
minutes.
didn't want
ahead.
people coming to your house.
What's that?
I thought you wouldn't want people coming to your house.
I trusted him.
Huh?
I trusted him. Yep. So I went and checked Alex when I got the message from him. I went and checked Alex on Facebook before I started responding. Because he has to have a Facebook account to communicate too. Just like we checked Michelle as a buyer, we can check people who want to, as a seller, I mean, we can also check potential buyers by clicking on their profile and checking them out too. All right. Now, if he was coming from a different place, another part of town or something, I might not have met him there. But here's what, let me tell you the rest of the story. I said, I'm staying safe, COVID safe. I'll keep a good distance. See you soon. So he gave me the thumbs up, and then he said about to pull in. So what I did is I had those 2 chaise lounges out on the edge of the driveway down by the street. And I was in the garage doing some work in the garage. And so he pulled up with his pickup. I said, there they are. He grabbed them, put them in the back of his truck. He started walking towards me with some money. And I said, no, just put it on the bumper of my car, which was in the driveway. And so he did. So we didn't have any contact. I saw him, but we were good ways apart. And he drove off, and we went and picked up the money. And he actually had 2 20s there. I don't know if you remember, I was selling it for 35. He didn't say anything about the $5 back. So I got $40 for the 2 chairs, and it worked out great. So that's how that works. Now, at the same time, this other person was interested, right? And this person here, they said, hi, where are you located in Oldsmar? I said, yeah, it's available. Can you pick up? You can pick up today. Where are you located? And I gave her the community again. And then I said, it's pending pickup now. So that's a phrase. You want to keep everybody who's interested as long as possible. Because what if the first guy didn't show up? Then I told this person it was sold, but it really wasn't sold yet. Then I have to go track them down. So you tell them it's pending pickup, which means somebody's supposed to come get it. But if they don't, I'll let you know and you can get it. So I gave the pending pickup notice, and then when it was sold, I let them know it was sold. And then I went and marked it as sold. So, if there's lots of interest, I tell them, hey, there's lots of interest. which lets them know they're not going to be able to bring the price down any either, because if there's lots of interest, I'm going to get it closer to what I'm asking for it. So have fun with it. That's kind of how that works. All right, so this one now, so let's say you sell it, you come back in here and you can say, Mark is sold, and did you sell it? I'm just gonna say I don't want to answer. And now it's going to be marked as sold. Okay, but it has record of all the items. You can give away things for free too. I gave away some free screen doors. People come get those. There's a boat I sold, some furniture. Some of this was in storage. There's that pine table. Here's some electronics. There's a wheel that I sold.
Is there a reason you didn't indicate that you sold it?
What's that? Which one?
When you were talking about when it comes back and asks, did you sell it and who you sold it to or something?
Oh. In this case, only because I'm not really selling this. Usually I do say, if I sold it on Facebook, I'll say I sold it on Facebook. And it'll ask you, did so-and-so buy it? Like in the case of those Chaise Lounge, it knew only 2 people were interested. Did it say one of these buy that? And I say, yeah, they did.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just in my example with this, because I don't really have this lunchbox. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
I'm curious. I've seen people selling food and stuff. Is that legal?
Food?
Yeah, I mean homemade baked goods.
I don't think so. I would guess not. Yeah. I would guess that they would Facebook would catch that and not allow it. I would guess. Yeah.
I have a question. Why are the pictures all the same and they're different sellers? Isn't that a little strange?
Which pictures?
Of the lunchbox and the thermos, or are they all you?
Those are all me. These are my listings.
Oh, so you put multiple listings up. Okay.
Every time I teach this class, I post it again.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I could just clean this up. It's confusing that they're in there so many times because of that. Yeah, so these are the ones that, funny story about this. This is a TV we had and I was trying to sell it. And so tube TVs don't sell. Nobody wants a tube TV, right? Those are the big heavy ones that have the backs on them. But a flat screen, anything flat, you can probably sell for something. So I put this out there at 45, but I didn't say hide from friends. And one of my friends saw it and he says, hey, do you have that TV? And I said, yeah. And my wife insisted that we just give it to him for free because it's a friend. So it worked out for him. Mattresses, people will buy mattresses or pick up mattresses as long as they are super clean. If they have any stains on them, they don't want anything to do with them. So don't think you can get people to pick up dirty mattresses. They will not. They'll show up and they'll say, no thanks.
Aren't they illegal to sell?
I don't think so. We're and maybe in certain.
Yeah, in Maryland, I think they're illegal to sell mattresses.
Maybe in your state, yeah.
Yeah.
What happens if you decide you don't?
So you said that you're reviewed by Facebook before it actually gets posted. So if something's illegal, like if you lived in an area that you could not sell mattresses, they'd make you take it off?
Right, they would tell you that they wouldn't let it go live. Yeah, they wouldn't let it. Right. Yes. Good questions. Good questions. All right. So they've added a new thing called commerce profile. You know, in Facebook, you have a Facebook profile, but you can also now in Facebook Marketplace have a commerce profile. And it basically inherits what you have in your personal profile, but you can edit this too. You also now get ratings. So the potential buyers or the people who buy from you, they can rate you on how you're doing. So I've had 11 ratings and I've got a pretty high record there. That helps build credibility then too for people who are looking to you as if they're going to buy from you. It shows all the things you've had in there. Okay, so that's that. Any questions on this?
What happens if you decide you no longer want to sell that item? How do you cancel it?
Yeah, so you just go back again or go back into your marketplace, and then you're going to go under your account. See that? Your account. And in here, it shows you your items, your listings. So if it was live, it would be still right here, and you just you can say mark as sold or archive it. You can also archive items. So I've had times before my wife said I could sell something and then she changed her mind and said, no, I don't want to, I want to save that for grandkids or something. Like this thing right here. This powder, I've had this listed a few times and she tells me, no. So it's on, it's not available. It's marked kind of in an archive role. You can view it, but it's not, it's in pending. I don't have it listed out there. So you can keep it kind of hidden as well. But if I want to make it available, I just click on mark, make available, and it's back out there. Look at this thing. Here's an autographed Chicago concert poster that I sold for $15.
Question, I was muted. It doesn't have like a cancel or delete as an option.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you go into, let me go back to one of these guys. So down here, these three dots, there's delete.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, I wish my phone was behaving because I do most of my postings with my phone through my Facebook app on my phone. And the reason why is because you're probably taking the pictures on your phone and all your pictures are on your phone. So it's really easy to pull your pictures off of your phone rather than have to transfer them to your computer and then do it there. And it's just the same way. You fill out the same forms on your phone through the app there. It's really good, really easy. Let's see if I can get it to behave. No, it's still not going to. Okay. All right. Let's go back. Are you still seeing my Facebook page?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's go over to OfferUp. OfferUp is a app just itself. It's just items for sale. It's nationwide. I have mine set to be local, show me things local to where I am. I can come in here and I can put patio furniture here, search for it, and here these guys are.
You're still on Facebook.
What's that?
You're still showing Facebook.
Oh, it is? All right, let's go back. Share again. See it now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here's OfferUp. I'm logged in with my account. It's free, but it's just items for sale. That's all it is. And I searched patio furniture, and here they are. And I'm going to filter down by just pickup. I don't want shipping again. So here's the local pickup. And I go through, and let's say I like, let's see what this guy's got here. Okay. So he's got this picture. See, he's showing some wear. That's good. It's got some mold. You know what you're getting here. But I mean, it's why bother? Why trick somebody and then get them mad when they show up and they go, "Oh, it's not what I thought." Right? Now I probably wouldn't pay $25 for that, but all right. So here's the thing: $25, 2 reclining patio chairs. It was posted a day ago. No holes or tears. Could be pressure washed or painted. Pick up locally. Okay, so his name is Lars, so he has to have an account to be in here. So I'm going to go check on Lars. Here's Lars. He's been on since 2017. He's pretty quick to respond. The nice thing about OfferUp too is they get buyer ratings as well. So if you have a good buyer rating, then you're more likely to buy from this person. So he's pretty quick to respond. He's verified his payments, his phone, in Facebook. He's sold. He's got reviews on 57 sales and 5 purchases. So he's selling these 3 items right now, all 3 of these. He's giving away a free gas grill. You could say, hey, I'll take the 2 chairs and the gas grill and I'll give you $20. Just make a deal with him. Like I'll take them off your hands and do that. All right, but let's say if we go back to the chairs here, and now I can say, I want to ask him a question. So now I can ask him a question. This is all done inside the app, which is nice. You don't, again, have to have email, text message, or anything else going on, or phone numbers. Because you have an account and he has an account and you're both inside this app doing it, right? Now, if you're going to list something in here, you try to click this sell button. it tells you cannot list your items through your computer browser. You have to use their app. It's a free app, put it on your phone, and it's real easy to fill out the form on the phone. And again, I think it's easier to post your items on the phone anyway, because you're taking the pictures on your phone. It's just easier to do it all in one place. So I have the OfferUp app on my phone. I have Facebook on my phone, and then you find Facebook Marketplace when you're inside Facebook, and then you can post your items in there. If you go back again to my profile in here, I've got 5 stars, 12 ratings, 53 sales, positive reviews. So, people would be likely to buy from me because I have a good review.
What are
So
those
from the
things
beginning,
under?
Kevin, how do you get somebody to buy from you because you're just starting out? Do you?
Yeah, so
mention
good
that way?
question. Just take good care of everybody from the beginning, and you'll be okay. I mean, you got to start somewhere. So, what's going to hurt you is a bad review, not so much that you're new.
Okay.
What are those things in the blue, the verified?
Yeah, down here.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So it's tracking my response to people when they message me. I respond to everybody. I've responded to everybody who sent me a message. That's what that is. So the system knows that. Then verified and confirmed, that was not me verifying and confirming with the buyers as instead it's I verified and confirmed it with OfferUp, the company. So, they said, is this your phone number, right? They sent me, let me put my phone number in. They sent me a text message, and I verified that was me. They sent me an email. I verified that was me. So they have a way to track down who I am. So it adds more credibility to me as a seller again, because OfferUp has information on me. It's not available to the buyer. They can't find my email or my phone. That's not.
So what's the verified for payment?
I'm not sure what so they're saying you can add a credit debit card. This will become your payment method. You also get the verified editor.
And I think on the left-hand side it says you can find your order status,
Yeah.
cancel.
You don't have to. I mean, I've not bought anything. I've only sold and OfferUp myself. So I'm not sure why I'm verified that way.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that's those are the 2 platforms there. What other questions would you guys have?
One of the things that I do if I'm selling something, I'll go to eBay and look to see what their price is.
Yeah.
But I also, when I go to look, I click sold and the items that they sold,
Yes.
not just that they have it listed.
That's right. Yeah. That's, like I said earlier, there's a difference between what they asked for and what they got for it, right? You want to know really what was paid for it. Yeah.
Right.
Right. So does this make you feel a little more confident and able to do this? It's pretty simple to do. So, so some people are like, hey, this is more than I want to do. There's probably somebody who you could say, hey, I've got these 5, 10, 20 items I want to sell. And if you set it all up and manage it all for me, give them a percentage of it. If it's a family member or a close friend, you could have them do it. There's people that make a living just buying and selling stuff on here. So maybe if it's not something you want, somebody else could do it. If it's you'll have people ask you, will you deliver? If I had a trailer at the time and I was doing something else, I've delivered a couple of times, but most of the times I'm like, no, I want you need to come get it. You need to do it. Obviously, if it's furniture, you probably you can't move that around a whole lot. That's tough. You got to keep it in a garage or put it out on the driveway. There's a thing called porch pickup. If it's something that they're going to be okay with, then you can put it on your porch or your front driveway and they come, and if they like it, they electronically send you the money or put the money under your front doormat, and then they take it and you don't have to have any contact with them. So there's different ways around all of that that are creative.
And one of the other things is getting possibly a marker to check bills.
Yeah, okay, that's an idea. Yeah, those are cheap, right? Those counterfeit pens that you can get so that you can check if they're gonna, they drop off a couple $100 bills or some 50s, and you're like, what do you want to make sure they're legit. That's true. Yeah, I mean, that's a safe way to protect yourself as well. These new hundreds, though, I don't think you could reproduce those. You've seen those? They've got
The strips and everything.
the strips and the holograms, and it's crazy.
And one of the other things I do is when I meet people, I make sure it's a place that has a outside camera.
Yeah, yeah. So, but more and more places do, which is good. A lot of places do have that for sure. Just their parking lots are lit up and lit, and or have cameras as well. Yeah. Yeah, now my own driveway has cameras on it. My front door has a camera on it. My house has cameras on it. Good. Was anybody going to go list something today?
Go register. I know that much.
I got a couple of thoughts for you. Sometimes if you have multiple items, like multiple clothing items, maybe list them all together and just get somebody in a conversation with you, right? Because the likelihood of just getting them to buy one piece is not really high, a piece of clothing. Or if you have a lot of collectibles that are small and if you just want to get them interested, and you can always tell them more information, but sometimes it's good to like bundle a bunch of things together, and you can break it up and sell it however you want. You just want people interested to contact you. That's what you're trying to get them to do.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you my scenario right now, past what I was saying, talking about the e-commerce. My partner, he just dropped off about 25 area 3x5 area rugs and about 5 or 6 runners.
Okay.
And I think Facebook Marketplace and Amazon Marketplace would be a good place to get them, platform.
Yeah. I mean, there's everything possible is being sold online. So again, the idea.
They're brand new. They're still in the bags.
Yep.
They're professionally made. They clean. Everything is legit.
Right. But in what city are you in, Edmund?
I'm in Pembroke Pines.
You're in Florida.
Yes.
So you're not far from Miami and Fort Lauderdale and all that. So you got millions of people around you. See, on Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp, you can sell it locally and not have to pay any shipping.
Right. That's the plan.
And not have to pay somebody else to list it for you. Yeah. Absolutely. You got plenty of people around you. Good.
Yeah. This has been a great asset to me. Thank you.
Very
Kevin's
good.
your name, right?
What's that?
Kevin.
Yes, Kevin. Yeah. So I'll send you guys a follow-up email with this information. And if you get an opportunity to give a review and say how much fun you had and what a great class this was to get set up, that's always good. I appreciate the kind comments. And I hope to see you guys in some other classes. I teach other business classes and entrepreneur type classes as well. Sandy, you have a question?
Okay.
What about furniture that needs to be disassembled to purchase?
Yeah. You have an example? What would be something like that?
A chair, a table.
Yeah. A lot of times they want to see it all together, right? A lot of times they want to see it put together. So is it already together or is it already disassembled?
Can be either way.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, because I think it's better if you assemble it and take pictures of it and show it all together. That shows something versus just pieces of furniture, because that could scare somebody going, I don't know what that looks like if it goes together, right? And then when it comes down to them hauling it off, that's really kind of on them. If they want to sit there and disassemble it and take it down, or if they've got a flat bed and they can throw it in a flat bed all together, that's up to them.
Well, if you want to buy it, how do you know all the parts are included?
Yeah, so that's why if it's all together, then that helps them see that it's all together, that it's all there. Yeah, so I would recommend showing it, in its full state, in its full assembled state.
Well, if I want to buy it, And I'm buying it from a picture that I saw. And when I went to pick it up, it had been disassembled. How do I know that all the pieces are there?
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I would probably wouldn't buy it. I would I would expect to go pick it up and it looked like the picture. That's what I'm expecting as a buyer.
Okay,
And if the buyer wants to disassemble to take it home, that's up to them.
all right.
Yeah.
I have a wall unit that I took a picture of it assembled. And then once I took it down, I took pictures of it, the pieces of it unassembled
Yeah.
and included them.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So that way they can picture both, because you probably have to disassemble it to move it, right? That's probably why you did it. Yeah.
Yes.
So that helps, because they're going to want, how big are the pieces disassembled, right? Whatever you have, they're going to ask you what you don't have. So in your case, Robin, you got both of them covered.
Oh, Robin, how could the buyer be sure that all the screws and fasteners were there?
In this case, there aren't any. It's plastic and it fits together.
Yeah. Sandy, I had an example one time. I sold some bunk beds to a guy out of storage and it was disassembled, but I showed him pictures of it assembled because I had some on file. And in a bunk bed, there's these metal pins that connect the top and the bottom post together. And I didn't have those with me. And after he got home, he told me, hey, I don't have these pins. And so I went looking through my stuff and I found them and we met back up again and I gave him those pins. So in the case that something was missing, I just made it right with him.
All right.
It is possible. I mean, this is all used stuff that's sitting around and we're not using a whole lot anymore, right? It's very possible we could be missing something. Yeah. Nora, you got a question?
Yeah, just a quick one. I downloaded the app for OfferUp,
Yes.
and it says sign in, continue with Facebook, Google, or continue with email.
Yeah.
Can you clarify that?
Yeah, so more and more of these apps are allowing you, when you set up a new account, to associate an existing account. So a Google or a Facebook or some other account email to that. I typically they're trying to make it easy for you to only have to log in with your same login, but when you do that, you're giving them rights to access your information from that. I usually create new accounts with just new emails. I just give them an email and I create a new account.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
I know that's confusing. You see all of these icons come up and like,
Yeah.
what do you want me to do? Yeah, I usually register with an email. All right, we good?
Kevin,
Thank you.
did you say that OfferUp
Yes, thank you.
can only be used on a smartphone?
The posting of when you post items for sale can only be done on the phone, but you can manage and communicate and view product items on the computer.
Can you
For-
buy on a computer?
Yes. Yeah.
That's just for OfferUp. For
Yes.
the Facebook, you can do it on your computer.
On either one. That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Kevin,
Yes.
I have a question. I'm sorry. Would it be possible if you would permissible to get a copy of your PowerPoints?
I will be emailing it to you right after this class. So look in your inbox or your spam. I will be sending it to you. Yes.
All right, beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All
right.
I hope to be. Well, I will definitely be in your next class for sure.
All right. Very good. I hope to see you guys in more classes. All
I
right.
look forward to seeing you then. Thank you.
Very good. Y'all have a great day. Thanks.
Okay, you too.